Welcome all of you. Today utilization class. In this video we are going to see the basic principles of light control in the first unit, illumination. When the light strikes the surface of an object, based on the properties of the surface, some portion of the light will be reflected, some portion will be transmitted through the medium of the surface, and remaining is absorbed. So the method of the light control is used to change the direction of the light through large angle. So there is 4 light control method, that is reflection, refraction, diffusion and absorption. First we will see the reflection. In reflection, the light falling on the surface, whole of the light will not be absorbed or transmitted through the surface, but some of the light is reflected back at an angle equals to the angle of incidence. So we can define the reflection factor like this: the ratio of reflected light energy to the incident light energy. There is a two basic type of reflection. One is mirror or specular reflection. Second one is diffuse reflection. Specular reflection, as we see the image, the whole of the light falling on a smooth surface will be reflected back at an angle equal to the angle of incidence. This kind of reflection is called specular reflection. With such reflection, observer will be able to see the light source, but not the illuminated surface. Most of the surfaces causing the specular reflection are silvered mirrors, highly polished metal surfaces. So if the surface is polished one, the light will be reflected in the same angle of incidence angle. So that is the specular reflection. In that condition, you can see the light source, but you can't see the illuminated surface. Okay. The surface that is almost free from reflection is called the mud surface. Second one is the diffuse reflection. When the light ray falling on any surface, it is scattered in all directions, irrespective of the angle of incidence. You can see the diagram, the incident ray is coming, but it is scattering in all directions, irrespective of the angle of incidence. This will happen when there is a surface, it will not be the same or the polished surface. Most of the surface causing the diffuse reflection are rough or mud surfaces, like a blotting paper, frosted glass and plaster. These things only causing the diffuse reflection. Okay, now we will see the refraction. Refraction is the light ray will go to the one medium to another medium. When a beam of light passes through the two different mediums having different densities, the light ray will be reflected. That phenomenon is known as refraction. So here we can see the two medium, mu1, mu2, and then the incident ray, light ray is coming. So here theta is the incident angle, and then alpha is the reflection angle. So this phenomena is called refraction. The angle of light ray with normal is comparatively less in dense medium than in rare medium. So this angle of light ray will be less in the dense medium. Okay, that we should understand clearly. Next one is diffusion. When a ray of light falling on a surface is reflected in all possible directions, so that such surface appears luminous from all possible directions. So here what is happening? The light ray is falling on a surface and it is reflected in all possible directions, so that surface appears luminous from all possible directions. This can be achieved with a diffusing glass screen introduced between the observer and the light source. The normally employed diffusing glasses are opal glass and frosted glass. So the glass will play the role, and it will help to fall the light ray in all direction. Both are the ordinary glasses, but frosted glass is an ordinary glass coated with crystalline substances. Although frosted glass is cheaper than opal glass, the disadvantage of the frosted glass is it collects more dust particles and it is difficult to clean. So in frosted glass, that is cheaper, but we can't easily clean because it collects more dust particles. The last one is absorption. In some cases, the whole of the light emitted by the tungsten filament lamp will be excessive, so that it is necessary to avoid that the amount of unwanted wavelength without interference. So if suppose the excessive light is there, the sum of the unwanted wavelength, it will be it will be absorbed. It should not be interference the other wavelength. So this can be achieved by using the special bluish colored glass for the filament lamp to absorb the unwanted radiation. So if you use the this special bluish colored glass, it will absorb the unwanted radiation, so we can avoid the unwanted wavelength interferences. Here I mentioned the references: J.B. Gupta, Utilization of Electrical Power and Electric Traction, S.K. Kataria and Sons publications, and Hashpad, Arts and Science of Utilization of Electrical Energy, Tanbat Rai and Co. publications. Thank you.